The Minnesota Wild are 2-3-1 after beating the Montreal Canadiens tonight. This one taking place in Montreal. Montreal is now 3-4, but we want to focus on the Wild, obviously. Austin, the defense was good, blocked a lot of shots. That line shakeup evidently worked.
It did. And we came away with a solid 3-1 win, which I want to say I successfully predicted
So
this
true. So
afternoon.
true.
So I was 50% right because I had also predicted that Rossi would score, which he
He was
obviously didn't.
he was
He was
close.
close.
He was close.
He was, and easily it was his best Wild game in a Wild jersey. So that's always promising to see. And I think Everson putting him on and keeping him on that Boldy line is that's what we need to keep seeing moving forward. So,
Well,
what
yeah,
are your
we'll
thoughts?
we'll yeah, we'll talk about the Ottawa Senators playing the Wild on Thursday, but as long as they keep that same line, I definitely think it'll come sooner than later for sure. But I mean, yeah, I agree. Like I said before, a lot of block shots. We were actually defending well with our new defensive pairings. That's
Yeah,
a great sight to see after the first 5 games of less than or below average defense, as this is the
right.
below average Wild podcast after all.
Yes, yes, and we had plenty of optimism going into tonight's game. And I do want to build off of your defensive talk because just a few minutes ago, Russo had tweeted that uh, Middleton was seen saying that it felt like we got our swagger back tonight. So, when you see, Middleton saying stuff like that, it's got to be a great feeling in the locker room. And plus, Fleury stopping 26 of 27 shots. It,
Right.
uh, it, it really did feel like the swagger was back tonight, which is what we've, as Wild fans, been waiting for.
It's an obvious statement, but getting a win on the road, it always feels good. And the locker room's obviously going to be a little more upbeat, a little more happy after a win,
Right.
either on the road or at home. But I mean, yeah, hopefully we can keep that momentum going into Thursday.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely need it. And I think I was reading an article the other day by Michael Russo, and they were talking about Sunday break in Montreal and what the team did. And they'd gone to a spa, and apparently there's a lot of hype about this said spa. And Dumbo was saying of how relaxed the team was, and you saw that tonight. No one
Yeah.
was tense. Everyone was rolling. Joe played out of his mind tonight. That was his best performance of the year. So yeah, everything was rolling well for the team, and hopefully we can take that momentum and carry it on into Ottawa.
I mean, I believe it was after the second goal. Even Evison was having a lot of fun. As LaPantha pointed out on the bench, you could see the camera shot of Evison as he does pushing his assistant coaches after a goal, kind of celebrating. So obviously Evison was
Right.
having fun. And
Yeah.
to that spot point, I know LaPantha had made a comment of, Evison took them all out for a spa day, so he deserves to push his assistant coaches because they're probably feeling pretty good themselves.
Oh, absolutely. And it's crazy. I feel that at the end of a season, there should be a montage of how many times Dean Evison is seen smiling at the bench or pushing his coaches.
I want to.
So
Hopefully, they don't bruise easily. 'Cause that would
what?
if photographic evidence by the end of the season. You're like, all right, I got 2 right here, 3 on the shoulder.
I was gonna say, what if they go into Ottawa on Thursday and you see half the benches has like a cast or something, and
they're,
Darby has like a huge black eye.
they're just gonna like by the end of the season, like Everson will be in the middle, and then everybody else will just be on the side like this, like just don't,
Yeah,
don't do it.
yeah. We end up making it to the Stanley Cup final. We were seconds away from winning, and you look at the bench and everyone's just separated.
Like the
Emotions
Red
parting the
Sea, just
sea.
partying.
Yeah, yeah. And Everson's like, they're just freaking out. Like, where is everyone? But yeah.
That's great.
So I gotta ask then with the recap on tonight, what are your 3 stars? How are you feeling about who performed like they should have, who underperformed? Top three. What are you thinking?
Oh man. Well, I mean, underperformed. Well, I'll just go with my top 3 stars because I'd have
Yeah,
to think
yeah,
about the underperformed. Because I mean, like I said, the line shakeup, I think they all did pretty well. I can't. I mean, yeah, I'll have to think about that one. But anyways,
hmm,
so going through my top 3 stars, and I know we talked over this before, so we have similar 3 stars, but one difference. one or two differences. So my third star, I have Brandon Duhaime. Obviously,
Okay.
a 2-point game tonight, 1 goal, 1 assist, 3 shots on goal. On that first goal, pretty aggressive. He easily could have had 2 goals, but they ended up giving that one to Eriksson Ek in
Right.
the first period. But I mean, all around solid game with his new line mates. Second star, as I've alluded to before, with the line shakeup, Evison and likely his assistant coaches who helped him make those lines, both on offense and defense. I mean, that definitely helped with the win. Like I said, if we see those same lines on Thursday, I think we'll have a similar result, to be honest. And then the first star of the game, uh, goaltending and Fleury. Flower, obviously, like you said, 26 of 27, 963 save percentage. It seems like we saw the Flurry of old, really, tonight. Just prime Flurry, only giving up 1 goal and making, uh, especially on the power play, I noticed, is just seemed locked in throughout the whole game.
Yeah. No, I agree. And plus the fact that he had 3 breakaway saves tonight, including that, you know, huge um,
Penalty shot.
penalty shot. Yeah.
Yep,
Sorry,
yep.
lost of words there. That was incredible. Just he played outstanding.
Yeah,
He
that
really
was
did.
that was great. So I know that Flurry's somewhere in your top three as well. So who are your top 3 stars of the night?
Yeah, so I also had Brandon Duhaime, 1 goal, 1 assist, 3 shots. He was just so physical tonight, and it, it it just seemed like wherever the puck was, he was. So definitely Brandon Duhaime number 3, Matt Boldy. I'm gonna give number 2 slot to. He had 8 shots on goal. Um, he also was everywhere, and I didn't realize how much of a rocket he had for a shot. I think there's during the power play he had one off the crossbar, and it was
Yeah, I wouldn't
if you
want to be in
blink, it
front
was
of that
gone.
shot
Well, right,
at
right.
all.
So
Or
yeah,
I need to be clear, any NHL player would not want to be
that's
in front of
true.
their shot, even with full hockey gear.
Well, right, right. And it's cool too because they're saying there's a talk to start the season that is boldly gonna, just be a flop since Fiala's gone, but it is completely the opposite. Because I don't think Fiala is having too great of a season to start. I mean, granted, he was slow last year too until Boldy came up, but Boldy is really showing that I could see him being an all-star this year and just years to come. So
Knock on wood.
I
Yeah, no, I definitely
knock on
agree.
wood, yeah.
He's seen great start to the season so far, and he's for sure flourishing in his first. Is it his first full season? Did he have a full? I
Uh,
guess it's
he
not.
had a
It's his first full season this season, right?
well, he got hurt to start the season last year, and then he came up in I believe November.
Right.
So yeah, so calendar months. This is his first official
For
full year.
right. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, but my first star is going to be like you said, Marc Andre Fleury, 26 to 27 shots saved, 963 percentage. Uh, built off of that overtime loss in Boston, which was unfortunate, but he played out of his mind at the end of that game, and the optimism is there, and
So
I just
I gotta ask you, with
yeah,
a game like this, I know you were talking about last week that he just needs a few games to settle in like this. With a game like this, it seems like it's just the type of game that you need to, be in the zone and be in the zone into future games. So do you think that'll continue?
I think I think it will. I mean, like he said to start the season, not to start. It was a week ago. He had mentioned that they have a great team, and that's why he wanted to stay with us because we have a great team. We have a Stanley Cup contending team, and I think he just needed a couple of games just to get his groove back. And Bill Guerin was saying that they could have played him a little bit more in the preseason because Flurry, he's a hard worker. He wants to be in every game. So,
Yeah,
um,
he's like
now if
80.
that's well, right. If that's the reason why he hasn't been playing as well as he should be, well then that's the reason. But I think that the Boston end of the Boston game tonight is definitely going to lead to more wins under his belt, and most importantly, more wins for the team moving forward. So
So speaking of moving forward, let's talk about that a little bit. Like we said,
yeah,
we got Ottawa on Thursday. What do you
yeah,
think?
well the Ottawa Beaver Tails. I don't know. I think
What's a beaver tail?
a beaver tail is
You
a
were explaining
Canadian.
this a little bit before, but I'm just I'm amazed.
Yeah, so a beaver tail is a it's a traditional Canadian donut, and that's all I know.
I love donuts.
Oh, I know you do. It's disgusting. You you fancy a good old Krispy Kreme every other day, so it's all good.
Oh
There's actually
my
a story of
gosh.
when Nick came to visit my wife and I in Arizona, and Nick literally stood outside the glass window looking at the conveyor belt of these donuts being created, and he looked like a little kid in a candy shop.
If we
And
had time, I would show the video on my phone, but I'm not going to go search for it right now. I took videos as proof. I never wanted to forget that moment.
was it was a dream come true, I think, for Nick.
I
But
mean, if I could have one food for the rest of my life, it would be Krispy Kreme donuts. And by the way, we're not sponsored by Krispy Kreme or McDonald's, but they're going to start selling Krispy Kremes at McDonald's. And I know our friend Tyler
right,
texted us that, and I was beyond elated.
I think the Wild are going to carry the momentum, and we're going to come away with another win against Ottawa. Too early to do any score projections, but I'm
Yeah.
feeling a win. But how about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, to get two wins on the road would be clutch, obviously, and that would get it to 500. And yeah, I think we keep the momentum going as long as we have the same lines or similar to the same lines, both on offense and defense.
Right.
Look, you can definitely look out for our predictions on either Wednesday or Thursday. But yeah, I also think that they'll get the win on Thursday.
So yeah, like Nick said, keep an eye out. Tomorrow we'll either post a prediction video or like we have been doing on Thursday, we'll do our individual ones on Twitter. My Twitter handles at Austin_L. Nick.
Way to go. At Nick Lentz.
Remembered.
Good job. At Nick Lentz 22 is my Twitter handle.
And it's gonna be a fun time. Nick and I have been posting content during the game, so please feel free to follow us, subscribe to us on this account. We love subscribers.
I just wanted to give a quick shout out to two of our subscribers, Austin Lundeen and Nick Lentz. Really appreciate your effort to watch us every week.
Yeah, it means a lot to us. And also a shout out to these 7 other subscribers that are, I'm pretty sure, robots through YouTube, just because they felt bad for us that we weren't getting any traction. So thank you, YouTube, for those 7 robots.
I think, well, actually, one of them sent us a message. They wanted us to send $500 to a Nigerian king, and then we'll get a lot of money back. So, with our
Oh,
credit card that we have, because we have a
okay.
credit card together, I sent him that $500. So we should
Okay.
be getting lots of money so we can upgrade our podcast material and we can become above average.
Right. Did you see the one from Fraulein Schnitzer in Germany asking for our social security numbers?
Oh, I missed that one. What'd you do?
I I gave it to her, but
Okay, good. Yeah.
so I have no more money. My bank accounts are now gone.
I did notice that I'm also at $0. So I thought that was just me buying too many Krispy Kreme donuts. But,
It's Fraulein Schnitzer.
well, I mean, that sucks.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Anyways,
Well, anyway,
we'll, we'll see you next week. Let's go wild.
yeah, so let's go wild. See you guys. And thank you for listening to the Below Average Wild podcast.